Hi. Okay, this is not Rob's music reviews. This is Rob's television showcase, I think. I'm going to go over the FX network and showcase some of the shows that I believe you should check out that are some critical darlings and definitely hated by the Parents Television Resource Council. I believe that's their name. Honestly, they complain too much about anything. But that's life. So, we're going to go over FX, and if you watch FX, you'll know some of the shows I'm talking about. If you don't watch FX, consider this a refresher. Yeah. Basically, the FX network launched in June 1st, 1994. And basically, excuse me, it stands for Fox Extended. It's just another Fox network. However, it didn't really start taking off. It had original material, original programming and whatnot at the time it came out, but it didn't start taking off until 2002 when The Shield premiered. And if you've ever seen The Shield, some of you will say it's the greatest cop drama of all time. I know what you're saying. Oh, what about NYPD Blue? What about The Wire? Some people think it's better than those, yes. Vic Mackey, played by Michael Chiklis, is a complete tour de force. He's violent, he's a dirty cop, but he gets the job done. It lasted for about 5 seasons, and if you want to check out the whole series, it is out on DVD right now, which I've been meaning to do for a while, so maybe once I'm done recording this, maybe I'll go out and buy it. We'll see. And after that, the year after that, they had Nip Tuck. I could never really get into the show, but it was a critical darling as well as The Shield. And then you had Rescue Me, Dennis Leary as a New York fire department. Basically playing a role as a New York fireman. And this show showed that Dennis Leary has some serious acting chops, at least to me, because I've never seen him in anything serious before. The show has ended. It lasted for, I believe, 7 or 8 seasons. I don't think it has a complete series out yet, but it's definitely one of the most emotional shows on FX. It takes you all over the map, and it's a nice little journey. We also have 30 Days, when Morgan Spurlock was at the top of his game with Super Size Me. He decided to showcase something. 30 days where a person had to live in the shoes of somebody else doing something they felt completely uncomfortable with. Saying millionaires were working for minimum wage, or Christians being around Muslims, or, you know, meat people being around vegetarians, something like that. I haven't seen the show, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty good. Next, we have one of their best comedies, probably ever. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It's known for its strong sexual language. It's a very dark comedy. It's very perverted and whatnot. But Danny DeVito and the whole cast he's with, if you watch it, you'll be dying the whole time. It's hilarious. Next we have Damages with Glenn Close and Rose Byrne. I believe that's her name. Glenn Close. If I was somebody going up against her, I wouldn't want to mess with her. She is the definition of a cutthroat bitch. Pardon my language, but she takes no crap from anybody. And you have Rose Byrne as one of the interns, basically. Working for her law firm, Patty Hughes. I believe that's her. I don't know. I might have that wrong. But you have Rose Byrne working for her law firm. Right now it's on the FX, not the FX network. It's on the DirecTV network because FX and them worked out a deal. And it's in its 4th season with John Goodman starring in one of his best roles yet. Check it out. Next we have one of my favorite shows on FX, probably all time, Sons of Anarchy, is about a notorious outlaw biker gang that tries to protect their California town from greedy developers and people who bring in illegal drugs and whatnot, even though they do some of that stuff as well. It's an extremely violent show, and if you're turned off by violence, then this one isn't for you. However, it's also made by Kurt Sutter, who also made The Shield. So if you like that, The Shield, then you'll definitely like this. I believe the season finale is coming up this Wednesday, and it's definitely been one of the best seasons they've had so far. Next we have Justified. This is based off a Elmore Leonard story, Fire in the Hole. It's Timothy Oliphant is playing Raylan Givens, a soft-spoken, tough outlaw, not an outlaw, U.S. Marshal, and he doesn't stand for crap from anybody. In the first episode I seen, he gave this guy 24 hours to leave town, and the guy wouldn't leave. He gave him a little countdown, and he shot him right on sight. That's what marshals do, I guess, but he's one of those characters that's a very soft-spoken guy, but when the crap hits the fan, he turns it up a notch. He knows what to do in situations. Walton Goggins, also in the role of Boyd Crowder, is great in this show. So check it out. It's based in Kentucky. So if you like that stuff, it's great. The second season got a lot better with Raylan up against oxycodone crime boss. Moonshine and all that crazy adventures. And we have another few more. Terriers, which is with Donnell Logue. He's very serious in this role. Probably one of his best. He's basically a PI and does a whole bunch of stuff for people. Lights Out, which is it's basically a Rocky story, but Irish. It's pretty good as well. And I think this comedy is even better than It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Louis, which is Louis C.K. doing stand-up and showing some of the stuff he deals with in his life, being divorced, dealing with his daughters, trying to get back into the real world, being single, and it's so awkward and hilarious. You'll be shocked by some of the stuff he says, but you'll also find yourself laughing quite a bit. That's it for FX. I know they just came out with something I really like, American Horror Story. Dylan McDermott, Connie Britton, Dennis O'Hare, Jessica Lange, Evan Peters, Taysa Farmiga. There's a whole bunch of great people in this. Basically, it's a psychologist buys a house all the way out in a nice little neighborhood. Mind you, there's been people murdered in this house, so there's all these spirits running around, and it screws with your mind quite a bit. It's made by Ryan Murphy, who also does Glee. And Ryan, if you stop making Glee and focus on this, I'll appreciate you even more. That's it for FX. I'll see you guys next time for Rob's music review, Rob's movie review, Rob Reviews Pizza, maybe. That's a joke from Community. You should check out that show too. Bye.